Well, good morning, beautiful beekeepers, and welcome to Walker Bee Ranch. My ducks are going crazy this morning. In case you didn't catch the live stream last night, we had a great live stream that had Mr. Ed, Jeff Horchoff on there. We had Yappy Bee Man, Dirt Rooster, Castle Hives. It was and even had a voice chat with JP the Bee Man. So check that out if you didn't get to see it. But today has been 14 days since we did the Demarre, and we're gonna get in it and check it out. Okay, we've had a little bit of we had a lot of rain yesterday, and it's overcast today. So again, on Wednesday, we're trying to go into a colony right after the rain. Few bees flying, so it should be pretty packed in there. So we'll get into it and check it out. Let me get my chest harness on, and we'll see what happens. All right, just put my last glove on. And we'll start getting into it here. Hopefully my chest GoPro is doing good. All right, there's girls on the back door here. And we'll see what's happened. This has been 14 days since the split, since the manipulation rather, not really a split. And I'm gonna set this top box to the other side. All right, so top box is pretty full. Make sure nothing on the top here, just some bees. The top box, let's see what we got. Look at that. It's pretty good, and the second box up is pretty good. We're really curious what's happening in the bottom, but we're gonna go frame by frame like we always do. Just double checking that I didn't miss anything here. All right, look at her storing some nectar away on the outside. They always like to build up that comb. Really not expecting too terribly much in this box because most of the brood should stores. They're popping away over here on this frame on one side. Looks like they got some pollen and nectar on the other side. We're gonna try to do this quick, make this not a crazy long video today. Just the number of size stores on the outside, so they are packing it away up here. And you know, with the overcast weather, this top box, pollen and nectar, food stores, look at, they're starting to cap up some on the top over here. Pollen and nectar. I'm kind of, I don't know, when we get to the bottom, I'm kind of expecting there to be more bees down there this week. More drawn comb. Let's see, look at that. They got this whole thing nectared up in here. Nectar and pollen, some drones, some bees. I'm just, lots of pollen. It's never good when you hit the camera when you're trying to do a YouTube video. Get that mashed over. So it's kind of the idea that they're gonna, pretty good amount of bees on this frame. Got some weight to it. Look at that nectar, cap and honey. A few drones, some workers. Workers, drones, look at that. Lots of nectar in there. Just gonna try to go through this quick. Again, this was one of our peppermint colonies, the original one. All right, no brood. They're starting to put some nectar over here. Pollen. It's good food frames. They're drawn comb on this next one. Look at that. Drawn comb, storing nectar. This is the very top box. Drawn comb, make more room, right? And then over on this side, we'll start putting it together. There's nothing on this outside. They're not doing anything over here on the outside. This one, they're capping some honey in. But I'm going to check the beetle trap just for the sake to see if the peppermint is still in effect. And no beetles. No beetles in that one. All right, girls, we're putting you back together. Relax. I understand. It's hump day. You're ready for the weekend already. And we just get that put in. All right, and we'll go to the next box here. And figuring out what I'm gonna do with this box will be interesting. We'll just pop this up on the it's not propolized. We'll just put it on the blue box here. We'll rotate a little bit. And quite a bit more bees in this box right here. A good 5 frames of bees right in this area. On the outside, it looks like we got some stores. They've attached it to the wall over here. And let me just start in this right here, kind of, I hate to say in the middle. I'm not a big fan of pulling them out from the middle, but it's an empty frame and easy to get to. Really, they're surveying the situation. They are working on this outside, so I'll pull that frame and see what we got over here. Look at that. Look at that pollen. Stores in there. Nice, beautiful frame. Different colors of pollens, nectar. Look at that. Pollen and nectar. Mostly pollen on that side. So that's beautiful. And we'll go to, this is a foundationless frame with nothing on it yet. Right there. Put that back. And now we're going to start getting to bees. See what we got in here. See what they're doing, because there should be no brood up here. Or a very little bit of cap brood maybe. Empty frame. They haven't really done anything with. Alright, girls, here we come. What do we got over here? It's a little bit of remaining cap brood on here. And they got pollen to the outside. Looks pretty good, actually. There's a couple little brand new bees. Right up there on the frame is one, right there. Brand new fuzzy. Some drones. Look at that. There's another brand new bee right there. Pretty much what I expected. Let's see what they're doing on the over here on the next one. This was a plastic foundation that I painted some wax on, and they're starting to try to work that. Starting to pull it out. They are starting to draw it up. So we'll see what happens here. I really like this next frame. And they're festooning on this one. It was a foundationless frame that I had checkerboarded in here. And look at this, guys. Oh, they're holding on. Look at that. It's a beautiful sight. They're festooning, drawing comb, and that's pretty amazing. I love it when they do that. Oh, look at that, they're trying to make a queen cup, but there's no eggs up here. So I'll just go ahead and tear that down. But yep, they're working it, working that. Still haven't seen a beetle running around, which is very unusual for our location over here. Alright, so we still have plenty of cap brood on this frame. That's why there's so many bees on it. No queen cells. We got roosters, they're excited about it. But we got stuff hatching over here and capped up. Lots of drones, lots and lots of drones on this frame. But that is pretty nice right there. Pretty beautiful. All right. They're just trying to keep the brood all warm. Just trying to make sure there's no queen cells. Pretty sure I got all of them gone. And keep in mind, I've robbed a couple frames of brood with queen cells on them out of here, so they're doing a good job up top. I'm just gonna pop them back in, and we'll check this outside frame and see how that's suiting them over here. They're working it a little bit. All right, that's the very outside against the wall. There's a few bees on there, and we'll flip it over, and they're packing the honey or nectar in there, future honey. We'll call it future honey. We'll put the future honey in there. Looking good. Looking good. So they are packing this with honey. There's no queen cells, a little bit of brood in this box, which was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, this was the brood chamber, right? This is where it was. We'll just move this empty on this side. Mess them up a little bit. Let them start drawing on this end. That's where they seem to be. But so yeah, so this was the original brood box 2 weeks ago. Everything is pretty much hatched out. We got one frame with a little bit of cap brood on it, and that's that. So let's see what we got over here now. So we got one queen excluder, which I can take off now. There are no queen cells. I'm gonna remove this from the entire Demarre. We won't have the upper excluder. Of course, I may replace the bottom excluder with that. Not really expecting much in this box. There is one frame with comb. Right here is an older frame that had some comb on it that they don't have to draw out. But they're cleaning it up and getting it ready to go. So I imagine once they get it clean, they'll start pulling this up and it'll be good to go. And interestingly enough, in the other box beneath this, just get that squared away, they do have it propolized to the other super. So we'll pull that off, and I'm gonna put that over to the other side over here out of the way, and see what they're doing in this box. There's more bees in this box than there were in the other one. There's also more comb. I see some bees right here in the middle, so we're gonna pop them loose here in the middle, which again typically I don't do, but we're just gonna see because that's the most drawn out. Again, it had a little bit of found comb on it from before, and they're working to start storing up here. Now I'm really interested in what we're going to find in the next box. So they're working in here, a few of them. Now that I took this excluder off, it may start bringing some from the top boxes down. I could actually facilitate that by closing the back entrance and forcing them to come out through the bottom. Let's move that and see what we got on the bottom here. I don't know why that just beeped and cut off. It can't be full. Cannot be full because I deleted the file. All right, I don't know why it just cut off, but we're gonna see here. So this is interesting, really. So if you remember last week, this only got one frame of bees. Let me make sure there's no queen on the excluder here. Nope, no, we'll just pop that over here. So this only got one frame of brood, and last week they only had the inside of this and the inside of this drawn. It looks like they're moving over towards the right here for whatever reason, but all of these over here are empty. So we're just gonna start moving these over. And I'll pop one out. Let me pop this out just to give us a little bit of extra space in here. Let's see, we got water in the bottom because of the rain from yesterday, a little bit. But again, a little festooning on the bottom, and they're starting to hover over here and show some interest. In 14 days, I really would have expected more out of this bottom box from what I've seen. But let's just see what they've done. All right, so they are still festooning. Look at all, there's eggs in the bottom, lots and lots of pollen around there. This queen is not marked. They're festooning on the bottom, which is, I find, kind of interesting that they're down there. They are starting to pull out the other side. I really was thinking that would be pulled out, but honestly, it's hard to tell because the first week I did this, there were a bunch of bees that came back to the front. This time when I redid the manipulation, not as many came over. All right, so this frame in the middle was the original brood frame. The original brood that we put in here with the queen. And there she is, I see her right there, walking. So we're not gonna hold this out too long, but we will check for queen cups and cells. You see her walking underneath there? They're directing her back. And it's pretty dark out here today, but it looks like some of these captive have hatched. She's got some larvae in there. She's laid that back up. So really, she is working this, and there is a good number of bees on this frame. So I'm actually going to put Her Majesty right back in here. Let me make sure there's no queen cells. I don't see any queen cells. If you see some in the video I missed, please let me know. But yeah, they've got plenty of room. They're not feeling like they're gonna swarm. The upstairs box is packing away stores, and I can honestly, what I think I might do is take the two supers out, the two honey supers, take them off right now. Lots of bees in the bottom walking around, and they're drawing this outside edge up, and the inside they do have a nice ring of pollen Look at all the cap brood. And there still looks like they're trying to get set up here. So what we've got is, it's all laid up with eggs and small larvae, and it's got patches of pollen in it. I was really expecting more drawn comb this week, but you know, hey, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. Now that I have no fears of this thing swarming, this is just an empty frame they're working on, and we'll put this empty frame back in. And as usual, I've moved them one frame over with the empty, and what we're gonna do is center this back up a bit, and I'm gonna put the newer queen excluder that I had up top right here. I think I'm gonna take out the 2 honey supers, or at least one of them, and I'm gonna move the brood boxes down and let all these nurse bees work back down to the downstairs, right on top of the queen, and let them work themselves back down. And I'm gonna put this one back here as well, so it is shorter now by two mediums. Now, ideally, these bees will now work back down through, and I could actually put these on top if I wanted to, but we're still keeping the queen sequestered on the bottom, and we're going to let these other bees work back down to help in the bottom box. So that's what we're aiming for. We'll see if it happens. Again, got a couple bees on this excluder. Really just a handful of bees were in the top, so I can actually shake them off to put them back over here. Or I could just, you know what, let me just put this super on top. I'll just rearrange them boxes. The other one really didn't have nothing. I'll put this one super up here, even though they got plenty of room. Really not many bees up here at all. I'll just shake them back in, and we'll remove one. Try to condense them down a little bit now to get them one more bee. Come on, bee. Your grip is too strong. All right. We'll pop that one down. It's pretty much empty. There you go, got her off there. A couple more bees, get them off of here. I think that's all we got in this box. And we're gonna just move this box out the way. I'll put it with my stuff. So I'm trying to get better putting the stuff with my other stuff, so I'm not leaving it all over the yard. I did pick some of that stuff up, and you know, the problem is wind and stuff can blow it over. But that's that. I went ahead and I did change some stuff up a little bit. Go ahead and put the inner cover back on. Bees will figure out how to get back in where they're at, and we're gonna put that up. So I really expected more to be going on downstairs. So it's my hopes now that these bees will smell the queen. These bees will smell the queen, and they'll start moving down to assist out in the bottom box, and you know, get things working. Bunch of young bees working things out for the queen. right, so day 14, Demarre update. I mean, it's still doing good. The bottom has not as much as I expected, to be honest with you, at this point, as far as drawn comb. So the new brood box doesn't have as much drawn comb. We did have some of that brood that originally went in there has now hatched and is helping out, right? So it is going slower than I had anticipated. So I took the 2 honey supers that were in between, now that there's no worries about a queen cell, where the bees can now travel down through and help out in the bottom box. So we'll see what happens with that. Next Wednesday, it'll be the 21-day update, and we'll see if that taking those 2 boxes out now have assisted in that, or if the bees keep just wanting to go up and don't want to come down and help. So we'll see what happens with that. I appreciate every one of you watching and you know, hanging out with us on our live streams and everything else, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Please like, share, and subscribe.